Hi, beautiful people. It's the morning time, and I just wanted to grab you guys. I hope that you guys had a good Valentine's Day on this Sunday. So Nancy Guthrie is still missing, and I am going to kind of touch bases on it before I go out my day. All right, before I go out about my day. So what has she been missing? Like 15 days now. Um, if Let me play this for you. Everything I share is for educational and praise purposes only. Let me listen to the audio on this. Okay, let me see.
What are they asking the community to do right now?
Oh, wait a second.
Yeah, Gio, they're asking for anybody who might have video. Let's get right to our top story here. Day 14 into the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. The FBI and the Pima County Sheriff's Office confirming a man was detained, but later released after investigators conducted a search. Just a short drive from Nancy Guthrie's home into the early morning hours.
Hey, Keezer. I'm just touching base on this lady real fast. Nancy, I've been following this. Dr. Manhattan. These streams are chill. You can sleep if you want to. Hi, WGD. Hey, Claude. Let me drop a link for Claude. Okay, you guys, let me listen to this. If you guys want, I was just going to do the audio, but if you guys want to see it, I will play it for you. But there hasn't been any major updates. I mean, we'll talk about it. Anybody can hit the link, really. I just dropped it for Claude because I know he likes to come up. Okay, let me listen to this. If you guys want to see it, just tell me.
Let's go ahead and bring in ABC's Alex Stone, who's joining me live now from Tucson with the latest here. Alex, there are still so many questions and a lot of information that law enforcement officials, they're not revealing. But what do we know at this hour right now?
You probably will come up,
yeah,
or you
they're
probably
not
will.
saying why they went into that neighborhood last night. We were actually with them, somewhat by mistake, but in the convoy as they were going in, and we were watching these SWAT team vehicles that were going into the neighborhood, only about 2 miles away from where we are here at the Guthrie.
I should show you guys this, but let's just listen.
Right now, they went in with a lot of firepower.
Oh, go to bed. Oh,
SWAT team vehicle.
Go to bed. Yeah, I just wanted to cover this before I do Trump later in the day. You can go to bed, Dr. Manhattan. It's just a few of us here, like the usual.
Armored vehicles going in, a lot of patrol vehicles as well.
They
shut down the street, and they were in there for a number of hours in the rain and cold last night as they were executing a search warrant. And then maybe 3 or 4 blocks away from there at a fast food restaurant, there was a traffic stop where we saw the FBI respond to that as well. And they detained a man for a number of hours and seemed to be doing something with him, maybe taking DNA swabs and inspecting a Range Rover, even putting up a tarp so that we could not see what they were doing around that Range Rover as photos were being taken and they were looking in the back of it. And in the end now, our sources are saying nobody was arrested. There was that one person detained, but not arrested, it appears, that they executed a search warrant and that they were acting on a tip as part of this investigation as they have been looking into tips and carrying out leads. But as of today, we are told that nobody was arrested in all of the activity last night. This is the second time. Earlier in the week, there was the man about an hour south of here in Rio Rico, where he was detained for a number of hours. Turned out he was a delivery man who may have delivered to this area, why his cell phone and his car may have been in the area. The sheriff's saying that that man is not totally cleared at this point, but they have kind of moved on from him. Last night, they were following up on a tip, and they carried out that search warrant. And as investigators expand this search, they are still asking for tips right now. What are they asking the community to do right now? Yeah, Gio, they're asking for anybody who might have video, and in really all of Pima County now, but specifically in a 2-mile radius around this home, they are asking people to go back to their Ring or their Nest or whatever brand they've got cameras again and to look one more time, but not just around the time of the crime 2 weeks ago, but they're now saying anytime from January 1st through February 2nd, that they want them to go and just do a quick shuffle through their cameras and see anybody suspicious. Is there anything that would show somebody pacing these neighborhoods or a car, somebody who looks like the video that we saw from the doorbell here at the home from the night of the crime? to get any other leads in that way. They're likely going to be inundated with video, and it's going to be a lot more that they've got to go through, as they have been. We know a lot of tips have come in, over 18,000 of them, and that was several days ago, so the number has probably gone up since then. But they're going to have a lot of video to go through of people who say, hey, I don't know this car, I don't know this person who's in my neighborhood. But they're saying, everybody in Pima County, please go through your video and let us know if you see anything that might be an answer as to what went on here. All right, Alex, so
There
thank
it
you
is.
so much for reporting there.
So I wonder if it's going to be more than one person. Hey, Claude.
Good morning, Misunderstood. How are you?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, hanging in there. This case, you know, if you heard there, they said it was at 18,000. Is that what that was the total at that time? I believe that was on Friday. It has gone up to over 30,000. And now, and I'm gonna get to the sheriff later, because I'm telling you, this sheriff just, I can't stand him. But I digress. It's up to 30,000. And also what they're doing now, which I find rather odd, but right now it seems like they're just trying to throw everything together on the wall and see what sticks. They have a whole bunch of true crime bloggers in the area right now.
I know. I wish I could
they
go.
pretty much flooded it. And
I wish I could go, but I can't get away. Like, I haven't been to it, but it's like 4 hours from me. I would love to go.
oh wow, oh yeah, that's right, Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's there's a whole bunch of people that have descended upon the area. Obviously, they've gotten a lot of support from their neighborhood. It's definitely taking on a life of itself, and unfortunately, the longer this goes on, the worse it is. Again, she's 84 years old. She already has issues as far as mobility and declining health. And this is what, day number 18, if I'm not mistaken?
No, I think, isn't it 15 today? And she be missing 15 days?
Oh,
Am I
it
off?
is.
I think it's 15. I hope, or I'll have to change my title. I think it's 15. Hold on.
No, I mean, either way, it's been over 2 weeks, and she's struggling with her health. This is not good. And here's the thing. This is why, I mean, obviously, you know, I've been upset with the sheriff for a number of reasons. Obviously, not wanting to use Quantico really drives me crazy. Him not working with the FBI. But he made a statement which really, if I'm the Guthrie family, I'm like, will you shut the F up and do your job? How about?
Oh yeah, I was right. 14 days. Yeah, I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
I'm like, I know I didn't miss anything. It's gonna be 15 days, but
I mean, when it comes to this sheriff, I'd rather him listen. Less. Can you do more work and less talk? Can you do that, please? He made a statement saying that this could take months, maybe years, to get to the bottom of. Do you really think the Guthrie family needs to hear that right about now?
I say be realistic. I think that for me, it's not even about being realistic. That is realistic. It's like, it's been 14 days. I would love to see her alive, but the thing is, there hasn't been any money into the Bitcoin wallet. And so my thing is, this is a two-part crime. Kidnappings are two-part crimes with ransoms, right? And I don't feel that they would just hold her without showing any signs of life. I just don't. I ransom. You want money and you want to get it over with quickly. That's what we've seen. So that's my take on it. I think the family should be prepared for the worst. Always keep out hope. You want your family member alive, but she's 84 years old and it's been 2 weeks already. How is she even handling this?
I mean, when you go into anything like that, of course, it's always you pray for the best and expect for the worst. Expect for the worst. I get it.
Mhm.
But for him to do that, I mean, dude, can you at least give them some glimmer of hope? Jesus. I mean, he just I just
Well,
think
if
it's
you're
misstep
familiar, I
after
used to live in
misstep every
Arizona,
time with this guy.
there's just so much
I'm just,
desert.
and
Like,
maybe it's because it's him, because he rubs me the wrong way. If you want to say that, that's fine too. But
oh,
he's all over the place. He's made it about him. It's not. He
yeah,
just drives me crazy.
yeah,
And,
he's a piece of work, to say the least.
yeah, he just rubs me the wrong way. This guy. But and listen, you're absolutely right. I mean, this amount of time without her medication, and plus, remember they did find blood on the scene also. I mean, it's been a lot. It's been an absolute lot. Hey, how are you?
Hi, Justin.
I'm a bit sick.
How
That's
are
why the
you?
sunglasses. Yeah, I'm not.
Good to
I'm
see
not
you
for.
again.
Yeah, you too, Claude. You too.
We're just chatting a little bit about the Nancy Guthrie case because I didn't get a chance to talk about her earlier. Are you
I was,
familiar with
yeah, I've been following it on the sidelines. It's really weird.
that? Yeah,
How do
so
you feel
that's
about this with this sheriff? How do you feel about him?
I think it's. I think he's taking on more than he can handle. I think that the FBI needs to be much more involved.
We're pretty much on the same page.
I think so.
Imagine that.
I
weren't
think we
you guys
can
on the
find
same page
common
the other
ground on
day?
a lot. What?
I thought you guys were on the same page the other day. You guys get along great.
Yeah, I don't think Claude and I can ever get the. I could never get angry at Claude just because we see things differently. Yeah,
No,
So,
we no, we both come. I mean, we might come from different angles, but I think we want the same goal.
definitely,
It's sort of like us.
definitely. Yeah, I like you, Claude. I like you a lot.
Oh, I appreciate that. I like you as well.
Cheers.
Now I wish I had some coffee.
You had some what?
hi,
I wish
Daniel.
I had some coffee. I'm a little jealous.
Yeah. Well, I don't think FedEx is that fast.
I'm just too lazy. I'm keeping it honest. I'm already wide awake. I don't need any coffee.
But it's kind of like the main nutrition for me.
Go ahead, you guys.
About these
I'm looking
people.
at something.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. Ladies first. No, I was waiting on you. I was fine. I didn't. It wasn't really much, but I was just
No,
going
I
to
was looking
say.
for a short clip on the sheriff, but everything is kind of long, so I'll have to do it on my other stream. But yeah, the sheriff is a piece of work, but I just feel like they should have brought the FBI in longer, but maybe that's not their, I mean, sooner, but maybe that's not their protocol.
It's weird because why an 83-old lady? Why do the Guthries? They don't have any means, right? Really?
The Guthries are, well, no,
They're
well,
wealthy.
they're a wealthy family.
Well, how
Very
Um,
wealthy?
the mom, I mean, not the mom, the daughter anyway. And the
Yeah,
mom inherited a house from her late husband that was worth about $1 million and something, like $1.25 million, I think. So they're pretty well off where they can afford a ransom.
did they write off the son-in-law?
Well, I mean, there's been 2 people detained, but no one arrested.
right.
So right now, everything's just alleged. Anytime there's like a kidnapping or something, an murder or something, they're always gonna look at the family first.
Yeah, but
So
the rumors were there were many rumors on on the son-in-law that I could figure there were a lot of rumors, but I think I wrote you in a chat the other day that I didn't think it was him. The lips, the eyes, the build, it was off.
Well, at first they did detain the son-in-law, but he was released, and he's no longer a person of interest. So now that's why all of these bloggers have descended, and they're asking for any type of leads now. I mean, that's how far off they.
Yeah.
I mean,
I hope it doesn't go cold. That's what I want. I would love. I mean, they have like an estimate of the height, an estimate of I just don't want it to go cold because
I'm telling you, and I remember when Dr. Manhattan and I were up here too. I stand by it. I think, and I know it's going to sound a little wacky. They need to start looking at this sheriff. There's no way. It's just too much. Like the protocol just doesn't add up. The FBI should have been in on this. The fact that they did not use Quantico and he wanted to use his own forensic people, that's a red flag to me.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I agree.
People have to start looking at this man. Because at worst, I mean, at best, he's looking incompetent. At best. You can't. How do you go against Quantico, which is the #1 in the world? Because, I'd rather use Mike. I mean, this is the highest of the high-profile case. You can't do that.
It could be because he's trying to promote himself, but this wouldn't be the case.
That's not the way to go about it.
No, there's too many people interested in this, and people, bloggers, content creators. There's too many people invested in this, and I don't think it's going to die down anytime soon.
No, it's not.
No, this is going to be like a Sherlock Holmes case. People are very invested in this, and it stinks. It kind of stinks.
Well, I mean, people are invested for obvious reasons. I mean, #1, you have an elderly person who's pretty much immobile. She's worth a certain amount. I mean, you look at the Samantha Guthrie from the Today Show. If you're not familiar with her, I mean, and let's face it, pretty much America is. I mean, she reaches over 40 million homes in this country. I mean, of course, it's going to be a high-profile case, and it's going to tug at the heartstrings because we all have our elderly people that we care dearly about.
Yeah. It's so tugging at my heartstring. Dr. Manhattan said, for those who might wonder why he wants Bitcoin, this is good. Criminals demand Bitcoin for ransoms primarily because it enables fast, borderless, and relatively anonymous transactions that bypass traditional banking regulations. Thank you for that. Thank you,
it's untraceable.
623 B Rad. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning, Aaron. Thank you for that, Dr. Manhattan. That's a really good point because some people were wondering about Bitcoin not traceable. Can't trace it. I think, but the thing though, you guys, no money. Like, do you guys feel that? Don't y'all think it's weird that even after they said they'll pay the ransom, that no money has exchanged hands? That's why I say
I think it's an inside. It's either a family member or a disgruntled employee. I stand by that as well.
But what would a family member have to gain, though? What would a family member have to gain?
Well, maybe that family member is on the outs. Maybe that family member got written out of the will or what have you, and maybe and let's face it, we never know how other people think, but maybe this person feels, and this is why I also bring up the disgruntled employee thing. Samantha Guthrie may have peed off this person, and they decided the best back at Samantha Guthrie is to get back through one of her family members, and who would she be closest to? It would be her mother. And I feel that that's what they were thinking at the time. I think they got sloppy, And this is why they panicked and they just took her, or worse.
I'm gonna.
We don't know where she's at. We have no clue whether she's still being held for ransom or she's out. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but we have no clue.
I'm gonna throw something provocative out now. Has the daughter been cleared completely? Because I'm just thinking, Justice Smollett. This could be um, a way to get attention.
You mean on Savannah's part?
Yeah.
Bring ratings.
People do.
I would hate to say it, but that would be the scandal of the decade if that was the case.
Yeah.
You don't think she gets enough attention? She's seen all over the world.
I don't know. Remember that black guy who? Oh, thank you. MU, happy belated Valentine's Day. I like your hair. Oh, thank you, Marlon. I appreciate you. I'm missing my curls, but we're gonna we're gonna go like this for a while.
No, she's beautiful either way. We know that.
Thank you, guys.
But yeah, this is an infuriating case to say the least. It really is.
Yeah, but I definitely wanted to touch on it because later I have to, which I'm gonna do. I'm probably gonna do these streams over here, you guys. But you know, I've been all over these Epstein files, and that one's touchy. But y'all know when it comes to stuff like that, I don't. Regardless of whether I like a person or not, I'm gonna give you guys unbiased commentary. Now, just because I mention some names, if I decide to mention names, just because people are in the Epstein files does not make them guilty, all right? If I do commentary on the Epstein files, it's just me doing commentary. Not really going to interpret it. I'll just put the information out there. So I don't need any type of, there's just a lot of problems covering these files. There's a lot of things. You face lawsuits. It's not an easy thing to cover. And my videos get flagged all the time. That's why I decided not to do a vertical tonight. I was just going to come over here. So I have to figure that out. But I will be diving into the Epstein files lightly.
Well, there's two problems as I see it with the Epstein files. First of all, 3 million documents have been released. That's a lot. Who reads 3 million files? The second thing, Epstein, you know, he sort of liked to stick to people with influence. That was his whole game, you know. Trump, whoever had some influence, had some power, he would kind of woo them, stick to them, try to do business with them. So a lot of people naturally will appear in these files, and to sort that out is, you know, almost impossible. So if I had to give something to the Democrats, it would be this is almost an impossible task. Almost.
It's hard. You're absolutely right. So the best thing for me to do, I mean, and when we're talking about the Epstein files, you guys got realize we're talking about the flight logs, we're talking about the cases. I'm gonna have to stick to, because sometimes you guys get my comment section saying I'm censoring stuff. I'm not censoring anything. I can't come out here and say that somebody did something if they haven't been convicted. I cannot do that legally and get me in trouble.
Waiting to happen.
And I'll have to stick to number one, Maxwell. I could talk about her because she's been sentenced, but I cannot talk about. Even though I showed y'all that post with Clinton, I can't say Clinton did anything wrong. He hasn't been convicted of anything, so that's why I haven't really covered these files. People keep saying, "Oh, but Trump was in it." Y'all say that every live stream. I never said he wasn't. He's in there more times than I'm comfortable with. But you cannot say that somebody did something wrong unless they were convicted, period. You can't say that just because a person went to Epstein Island that they did something wrong. Now, what I
No.
can say is, would I hang out somewhere where people are known, convicted, blah, blah, blah? No, but that's me. So I have to look at the timeline. I have to look at the flight logs. And what I prefer to do, if you guys are ever in those streams, is just play the video. I don't want to give commentary on it. I will play the video. You guys interpret it for yourself. That's the safest way. That's why I do it like that. Now over here, we can break it down. I can play the video and I can be like, hey, you guys want to do a horizontal? But I can't do it over there. I really have to just put the information out there.
The one thing I will say about the Epstein files is right now, to be quite honest, the Democratic Party has a lot of egg on their faces with this.
I like that kind of talk, Claude. Let me put you on big screen. Go ahead and say it again.
All right, you know.
No, Claude,
This is the problem.
Go ahead, Claude.
This is the problem because I tell the
Beautiful
truth.
man.
Yes,
Go ahead and speak your mind. Say it again.
Look how I get the spotlight now. What a
You know what?
That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna get you flat. You see how she's lapping this up. She's enjoying every minute of this. The Democratic Party has a lot of egg on their faces, and it's two-pronged. Number one, for every, oh, well, Trump, why don't you release the Epstein files, blah, blah, blah. The Trump administration could easily say, you know what? You could have put a stop to this, and you could have stopped my entire campaign in its tracks by taking the bulls by the horns, and you could have released the files while you were in office. Why did you do that? That's number one. Okay. Number two, right now, the person who's looking the worst so far, and mind you, I said so far, we don't know how far the rabbit hole this goes. Mm-hmm. Right now, the Clintons are the ones who are looking the worst because they have pushed this aside, brushed this aside for the longest. I mean, it took them a long time for them to even show up. And now, right now, they're still doing their investigations. And let's face it, it's not looking good. They could have complied from the very beginning, and they haven't. So right now, the Democrats, and especially the Clintons, right now they're not looking too hot. They're not. Okay, enough.
I would say Bill Gates.
Oh, she's enjoying this. This is just too much.
I would say Bill Gates isn't looking too hot.
You made my point about I'm biased. Yeah, you just showed how biased.
I'm not biased. I think everybody has. I'm biased towards the truth. Okay.
So am I, and that's why I had to say what I had to say. You know, I'm not about this party and that party. I'm about right and wrong. And right now, the Democrats look bad right now.
I think Trump played them for a fool.
I don't think they played themselves because they were so vocal. And she's enjoying every minute of this because she knows I can't. First of all, she knows I can't stand him.
You can't stand who? You can't stand who?
I can't stand Donald Trump. You know I can't.
Are you talking about Donald Trump?
Let
me tell you something. Number one, I was talking about Nancy, but I threw that out there about Epstein. But since we spoke about Nancy, you said you can't stand Donald Trump.
I can't stand him.
I feel that people that say they can't stand Donald Trump. Number one, I'm not trying to persuade you to like Donald Trump, but I would encourage you to do what's best for the country. Stand by the commander-in-chief and stop saying things that's so unpatriotic, Claude. Please.
Unpatriotic?
Absolutely.
Are you serious?
Absolutely.
Mr. Draft Dodger, please.
You're in the greatest country in the world.
No, I don't want to hear unpatriotic.
If I didn't say you were unpatriotic, I said stop saying things that sound like it.
You have in the past.
This is how I feel. For those that don't like Donald Trump, most people can't say why. Most people can't. Okay, you have. I said most people. I'm not here to push Donald Trump on people, but what I am here to do is just talk about some of the things that's happening. And Donald Trump happens to be the president, so it's hard for me to not talk about the president. Whether you guys like, because who else am I talking about? Obama's not in office anymore. Okay, Clinton's not in office, so I had to talk about Donald Trump. Hi,
Of course.
Kelly. The TDS is at an all-time high. You have a bunch of pissed off Americans. That was a great accomplishment, Kelly. It is at an all-time high. But regardless if Carl likes the president or not, which he says that he doesn't. But
you know I'm fair about him as well. You know that. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I apologize.
You can cut me off on these streams. I don't care. These streams are laid back. It's more loose. I'm not really worried about it. But the thing is, though, regardless, go ahead.
I try to divide Trump in two. So there's personal Trump and there's business Trump. And Trump is acting like everything's a business on behalf of the United States. So he's playing a role like he does in business. Because whenever I hear people in his social circle, they speak very highly of him and say that he's nothing like he is when he's doing business or or being a president. And I find that very interesting. He's a loving father, a loving grandfather. So there's no doubt that when he's public, he's a grandiose narcissist. But he's not a malign narcissist. If he was a malign narcissist, he would have used the shooting, the attempt on his life. He would have used that in his campaign overtly. It would be the center of his campaign, and he didn't do that. He didn't even slip on that. And Trump, he just goes on kind of a ramble, and he didn't do that. So it's pretty clear that he's not a malign narcissist, but he's using the Overton window. So, for example, if he wants something, he blows it up to insane proportions. But when they negotiate, he will settle for far less. And what does that do? Both parties feel like they've had a win. It's very clever, very clever. So I'm sitting in Europe, I'm sitting in Denmark with Greenland and all that, and I'm not, he doesn't get in my face every day like the Americans, like you. That's a difference. So I can watch him from afar. Right. So that's kind of how I see him. Very clever. He's playing 4D chess while everyone else is playing regular chess. It's very clever. And that's why he gets so much done. I don't think there has ever been a president that within a year has accomplished that much. So I feel like you should all be proud, but I get why people don't like him. I really get it. Because they look at form, not function.
Donald Trump says things. He's not worried about being likable. Nope. So is that good or is that bad? I don't know. I think it would help a little bit, but I think that's a lot of the problems that people have is that he'll say something. He doesn't care how you take it. He doesn't care about your feelings. He's going to say what he has to say. So, but I get that. And some of the things that people get upset about, things that he said about oh, well, I don't need to repeat it because y'all know what people say about Donald Trump. But for me, the bigger picture is what he's done for the country and what he's going to do for the country. And he's only been in office a little over a year. That's the bigger picture. Because there's nuances that we can pick anybody and pick people. I can pick anyone on this chat and say, hey, I don't like this about you, I don't like that about you. But I look at the overall person. And for Donald Trump being the president, I think it was a smart move for him to de-escalate things in Minnesota. Did I like it? No, because I don't know what the alternative is. I think that he's in a very tough position because a lot of people vocally say that they don't like him. And I do feel that you have to be a little bit of a narcissist to be in his position. I just do. You have to be able to make decisions despite popular opinion sometimes.
This is why I tried to send you, this defected KGB agent, because what he has to say is very interesting, and he's not talking about Russia and the Cold War in such a way. He's talking about subversion and how easy it has been, since the 60s to subvert ideology, subvert a country. So the Russians found out that they didn't have to go to war, to dismantle a country. The country could do it within, and the time frames on it. And I thought it was very interesting to point this out. I really recommend you watching this because a lot of things will fall into place on how the U.S. has come to be in this state. And this isn't just the U.S. This is every country that aligns itself with the U.S. This is happening. It's happening in Europe also. So this is not just an American phenomenon. This is a European phenomenon also. So this is why I urge you to watch this, and why Trump may be a solution, a temporary solution, because you're gonna live with him an additional 3 years, and then he's gonna be gone.
You want me to watch? I'll watch if you put it under any of my videos, because I don't know what you
want. Yeah, I tried that. I tried that.
Wait, did I not? I responded to you. And then,
yeah, but I linked it.
Okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Y'all know I'm getting over this, but I will go back. If I missed something, I will definitely go back. Anything that you suggest me to read, I will. Damn, it said. So I think that was that long message you left me, right, Justin, where we had that thread?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go back.
There are two clips. There's a longer format. You don't have to watch that, but if you watch the 13-minute video, he gets straight to the point.
Okay. I'll
about how you create a crisis. And how if, well, I'm not going to explain it here because it would take too much time for me.
Let me do my homework on it, and I will. I have you guys. I have 2 days where I could do horizontals with you guys. We can have conversations.
Okay.
I got 2 days because your girl's gonna be off on Monday. President's Day.
But if you watch that, and look at how why Trump might be the necessary man at this point in time, then I think you would maybe, even you, Claude, might say, okay, I'll tolerate him. Well, you have to tolerate him, but I think you would be what?
No, go ahead.
I think it might be what do you say? Appeasing a little bit, and then I get Claude why you almost hate him. You probably hate him, and I get it. I get why people hate him. Well, people in Denmark hate him.
I don't really know the man. I don't. I don't like certain things about him, but to say to hate him, no, I don't hate him.
So you can
No,
stand
but
That's a little too strong.
well, maybe hates him as a president.
I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment, Justin. From
People hate him in Denmark. We're very 50-50, if not more, on the socialist side in Denmark. We're pretty socialist country, but not maybe in the way that you think. But you know, I think I said it last time. Good, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and there's definitely chaos in the world, especially in the West.
there is. Let me read this comment to Claude in case you missed it. No disrespect for Claude. How many years were you in the military? Draft dodge claim is almost one of the worst things you could say to an American.
I was in the military for 6 years.
Wasn't it like the reserves or something?
Yeah. And I'm also a veteran of Desert Storm.
I think we've all served.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank you for yours as well. But isn't he a 5-time? If I'm not mistaken, he's a 5-time person who could have went and didn't go. Donald Trump. Yes.
Okay. Why couldn't he go? Listen, Donald Trump is doing the ultimate sacrifice for this country right now by serving as president. He's risked his life. He's had multiple assassination attempts, and I gotta watch my wording so I can monetize this video. But he's made the ultimate sacrifice, and a lot of Americans are not grateful, and I feel that a lot of us are entitled, and a lot of these things that Donald Trump's trying to do, a lot of people don't really understand the policies, and there's a lot of fear mongering. People are afraid of things that they're not used to. Oh, damage that respect. I believe only a veteran can make that claim of someone. I think that a lot of people are afraid of conservative values. And a lot of times people are like, when we're talking about illegal immigration and things like that, and we're like, oh, they're not realizing that we have to pay for a lot of these things. We got to pay for housing. We got to pay for their food. We got to pay for medical, and it's not free. The money comes from somewhere. So when people say that they don't like Donald Trump, I'm wondering what exactly don't they like?
I think people don't like that he comes across like a dehumanizing person.
Okay, I can respect that, Justin, but dehumanizing people, how though? Are you talking about the illegal immigrants? Are you talking about what exactly do you mean?
Well, I think that he's been calling, you know, the Democrats idiots for a long time because they've kind of let things go as far as they have, and this kind of, because people mess around.
The Democrats call him the same thing.
Yeah, but you know, people tend not, you know, to be to take account responsibility for their own utterances and feelings, and there's a lot of projection going on.
You know,
I'm not saying you, Claude.
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna listen to you guys. I gotta go on mute. I gotta do something. I'm listening to you guys. Go ahead. I'll be right back.
No problem. I think I've been more than fair in dealing with in how I feel about Donald Trump myself, because again, it's I'm a facts over feelings person. I've given credit where it's due. When it's come to him, he's done a lot of. Listen, as far as I'm concerned, he's been a much more effective president than Mr. Sleepy Joe Biden. I gave Biden a D grade for his presidency. So far, I've given Trump a B-. So that is so much superior to Biden. It's not even close. And the one thing that I will say about him that is a constant, whatever he said he has, that everything he said he was going to do, he's done it.
Yeah.
He hasn't moved to the left or to the right on anything. He said he was going to be tough on border patrol, and he has been. And I agree with him with that. That's one of the very few things, even from the last president, the last time he was president, I agreed with the border patrol part. Now, the building the wall thing to me was a little, okay, yeah, it would have made more sense for him to build a tunnel, but that's another story.
I think that's why people began to really be disgusted by him, because the last war we had was in Germany, Europe, Berlin, and that didn't go very well. So I think, yeah, that's kind of the beginning connection to Germany and the Nazis.
And of course,
and
the
then,
German descent doesn't help him either with that, but that's
no,
another story.
And then you can just, people that don't think about it in their everyday life, things pile on, and at a certain point, the mountain of shit is if there's smoke, there's fire. So even Republicans on the conservative side have gotten fed up with him, and I
Remember, John
understand it.
McCain couldn't stand Trump.
No.
Remember? I mean, my goodness, they had some real jousts there.
Yeah.
In fact, even when he passed away, and this is where Trump really loses some veterans. I won't say them, because he was really disrespectful when he passed away. He didn't give him any. I mean, he gave him no grace when he passed away.
No.
Trump. So that's where a lot of veterans are like, hold it, this was a prisoner of war, and you treated this man like this? How dare you? And this is not me, but a lot of veterans were really upset with Trump. Very upset with him.
I think Trump is kind of a bulldozer, and I think Trump doesn't. He says what he thinks. He says what he feels, and honestly, I don't know what's going on, behind the scenes. Politics are very polished, and Trump is definitely
not a politician. There's no doubt about that. He's not a politician in the sense of, I'm going to shake hands and kiss babies. That's not it.
No, and that's kind of the European view, because the Europeans like to play politics in such a sense that it comes out of the universities. So there's a certain way of doing things. There's a certain order, and Trump he doesn't play by those rules. So the whole West has to rethink itself. I listened to a very interesting comment. Yes, I think it was yesterday, that the West is disintegrating, and that's why I really felt it was necessary to use that Russian as an example, because he lays out his theory in four parts. I won't regurgitate it, because I might say something wrong, because my English is a bit rusty. But it's very interesting, and you can point to almost any part of his politics, and see that, well, he definitely has some kind of understanding of this, because you have always been collected strong, and you've had, very special cohesion, you've been able to, integrate different peoples very smoothly. But now it's not as smooth, and we're getting the same in Europe, and it's a threat. And I don't mean that a certain population I see them as a threat, but it's the culture that's a threat. That it's that uh, our way of living in the West is slowly but surely um, being destroyed, and we're letting it happen because we are virtue signaling. We're more people are more interested in how they're perceived than what's actually right, or um, thinking of the consequences. And I'm not trying to take anything from people's humanity. It's not like, and that's the problem, because um, between the left and the right, because we can't. If those on the conservative side come out and uh, think that, or explain the traditional values, they hate the Democrats hate it because they have they think that moral and ethics are something that you just discuss, and it comes within. But we know that it doesn't. I'm not saying to people you need to believe in God, but you need to know where our morals and ethics come from. Um, that's why it's kind of fun to see, the chance up in Seattle, or the situation in Minnesota, where people, the protesters, are forming their own, what you say, their own little society with guards and and whatnot. It's kind of ridiculous to look at, because they're actually doing a microcosmos of what a country should be.
I'm glad you brought up God. I'm glad you brought him up, because and it's ironic. I was reading the Bible earlier this week. This world itself couldn't be any further from God than if it tried. I mean, if you look at the situation, and you know what, I'm again. Let me just, if you don't mind, I'm going to quote a scripture. It is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 7. Just give me one moment, please.
I'm
Sure.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just here with my flu.
Here with your what?
My flu. I got the flu. Yeah, and
Oh,
I got the
Yeah.
yeah, and
hope
I
you get
got,
better soon.
yeah. Thank you. I got the man flu. Um, so my girlfriend, she doesn't want to be around me.
I know. I've been sick. I've been fighting this, but hopefully
I hope you get well soon.
you feel
I'm ready.
better.
This is 2 Timothy verses. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 1 through 7, and this is the New World Translation of the Holy Scriptures.
Okay.
I mean, the
Amen.
King James Version, please.
Okay, Brother
But
Claude.
but know this, that in the last days, critical times hard to deal with will be here. For men will, and if this doesn't describe the modern day society, I don't know what does. For men will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, haughty, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, disloyal, having no natural affection, not open to any agreement, slanderers, without self-control, fierce, without love or goodness, betrayers, headstrong, puffed up with pride, lovers of pleasures rather than lovers of God, having an appearance of godliness, but proving false to its power. and from these turn away. For among these arise men who slyly work their way into households and captivate weak women loaded down with sins, led by various desires, always learning and yet never able to come to an accurate knowledge of the truth. I don't know.
Uncle Claude,
Amen.
brother, that was like a good scripture. Why are you looking at me like that?
What do you mean?
I don't know. You just
That
always
was-
saying stuff
No,
like.
I think you couldn't hit a nail more precisely than that. That's exactly, and I mean it. That's exactly why you should watch that clip I'm speaking about.
Yeah, that's where we are, and I noticed that, especially with these kids, they don't want to listen to their parents anymore. They don't want to listen to. That's right, Host Slayer. They don't want to listen to anything. People are very like that second line of the scripture. I totally agree with all that stuff. That's why I try to stay very humble and prayed up because of the times that we are in.
I don't think that COVID helped all that much, and I don't think that being locked away for 2 years and only being able to communicate via social media, I think that was definitely something that accelerated everything.
It did. It made us very because for the first time we were shut down and people had their channels. That's when people really got online, and that was our socialization, right? Dr. Manhattan said, I just found that we have a lot of jacaranda, mismofolia growing tall in the house. In the field by my house. That's making my allergies go to war. Not the jacaranda.
I know how
Good
that
morning,
feels.
TC. Hey, sis.
Hey, DC.
Did you say Islamophobia?
No.
Oh,
Miss.
It's mimofolio, I believe.
ah.
No, I guess it's a plant, and it's driving him. I know it's driving his allergies crazy. I suffer from allergies, so I understand exactly what he's going through.
Sorry, good morning. I do want to let you guys know.
My eyes are itching right now. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry. I told you you can interrupt me just one. Have you guys not noticed a change in you? I'm so calm. I have not cared if you guys have interrupted me or not. I've just been chill.
Well, none of us has done any swearing.
No what?
And we don't have a bong either.
We're not swearing.
No, I'm trying to, because this is what happened. I realized, I listened to you guys in my comment section, and I'm like, you know what? I do these streams, and a lot of times we don't have discussions for obvious reasons. So I don't want the discussion sometimes. I just want to put the information out there. But I will make a point to come over here more and just talk, because sometimes I get so into what I'm trying to put out in my feelings and trying to just deal with facts. But I'm so passionate about stuff that sometimes I gotta just take a step back and just listen and try to hear what you guys are saying. So sometimes I just have to have a blank slate, just listen. And so I'm trying to maybe not be so, I almost said not be so hard on Democrats. It's not about Republican or Democrat. It's really about right and wrong and remembering why we all started these conversations in the first place. I was going to read something. I just lost it. Oh, TC. She really enjoyed that scripture.
Thank you.
I do wish that it's not just me, though. You guys got to hear me out, too. All right? Because it's not even about Republicans or Democrats. You guys know I'm about to start talking about Epstein. That's not a Republican or Democrat thing. Okay? That's a right versus wrong thing. And I can't spend all these hours reading these darn files. My illness is because my doctor never sent my subscription. I'm sorry. You better get on those medical assistants. Better get on them, because they're the ones that be calling that stuff in, or the nurses. I saw a wild rumor that was in the files that Epstein's DNA was in the Roni shots. What? That is a wild one. Justin Linda. That is a wild one. But you guys, there's so many names in these files that I don't even know where to start. I don't even know if it would be better to do a video versus a live stream. But I cover the news. I have to cover it. It's just very dark and
It's tedious.
It makes a good read, but the problem is you're dealing with actual people. So it's like, I don't mean to say it makes a good read. Like, what I just mean is just it's a lot. Is that you backstage?
It is.
Hey,
Hey,
it's
hey,
a
PT,
lot.
how
It's a
are
lot
you?
to go through.
Hey. Good morning, Justin. Good morning, Unc, and
Good
Miss
morning.
Understood.
Good morning.
And the chat. I just wanted to say that good morning, and that scripture, Unc, is absolutely dynamic. Let me just make sure I have it right. Is that 2 Timothy 3
Verses 1 through 7.
1 through 7? Right, exactly. Yes. Hey, Manhattan. Yes. That scripture is absolutely is scary in that it is so real and so on point. But it is revelation in terms of it's revealing and exposing exactly what is happening.
And that's why the Bible is undefeated, because when you look at how long ago it was written and the prophecies that are being fulfilled today, that is why the Bible is undefeated, because it's also proof that it's God's word. But that's my opinion. But that's it.
And your opinion matters, Claude. Your opinion is so important. And I'm really grateful to have this conversation with you because, you do offer an interesting perspective.
Justin,
actually, I can't take credit for this. This is God's word. I can't.
Why are you laughing? I worked hard at this.
I was just smiling. That's all.
Okay.
You
said I was gassing him up.
No, I mean, again, I can't take credit for that. That's God. Those are God's words.
Oh,
so
there we are. Well, what I was trying to say was that for every reaction, there's a counter reaction. So we're having difficult times right now, but eventually there will come a counter reaction, and not necessarily, something that will lead to violence or anything like that. But people will find common ground at some point on something.
That's right.
See, Claude and I already found some common ground by you reading the scripture.
Yeah, the scripture was very calming. It was very great. Y'all know, I used to be, well, you guys don't know what my name used to be, but I love scriptures. I love preaching and all that stuff.
My mom said I should have been a politician or a preacher.
You said that you should have been a politician or a preacher?
He said I should have went into politics or preach.
Who said that?
My mom used to say that.
Oh, okay.
I can see that. TC, what do you think about what's going on with Nancy Guthrie?
Oh wow.
Sorry. Excuse me.
I'm so hurt. Because I'm so hurt, but I'm be honest with you, I'm a little confused. A lot of things are not adding up for me. And when I am not necessarily in the best of being able to give any information or give my perspective even, I hush.
Yeah, there's a lot. Smash it, Trish. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I hush. And I a lot of people don't understand that when you don't have all the information and all the facts, you don't know what led up to things. You don't know what you know, people, you don't know what's going on in folks' life. So I always say err on the side of err on the side of just being quiet. Eventually, I'm going to be honest, as everything does. And my father always said, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. Sometimes God wants us to stay the heck out of it. When I say stay out of it, I mean, don't get me wrong. Don't be, you can talk about it, but not from an absolute standpoint. Um, Number one, I hope and pray, things go well. I have a plethora of questions. Therefore, I'm gonna be honest. I can't really nail it. I can't really nail it, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I'm around a lot of people. Miss Mu, Justin, Uncle Claude. I am around a lot of people who, I guess you can say, their dogs and cats are like, they have to even be mindful and have insurance on their dogs and cats and family members because of ransoms and people stealing people for $100,000. And I mean, and $100,000 is nothing. That's why it's just, what it is. It's just amazing to me sometimes. And so it just makes me think that there's more to it than what the eye can see.
It's
You
layered.
know,
It's layered.
layered. There you go. Boom. There you go. And that's why even here in these YouTube streets, I really wish people would stop trying to, because they get information from one source, that they stop. You still can't speak on anything. You still don't know anything. And then what happens is it corrupts everything. Everything. It corrupts everything. That's why there are laws on the books that say, hey, well, it was in social media, it was in the media, I won't be able to get a fair trial, or I won't be able to do this, that. That's because people have corrupted and tainted people's minds.
Yeah.
And it's just a shame all the way around. I wish and hope for the best for the family, and recompense for the family, and eh, whatever it is that is the truth, that will come out eventually.
I think the
It will be
media.
collateral damage. TC, thank you for that. I feel the same way, which is usually when I talk about it, I usually just play like a video. I don't think there's been any significant updates besides 2 people have been detained. I think there was a third ransom note to TMZ. I think there was a third ransom note. But the more time she's missing, I'm just praying, watching. I feel that these are dark times.
Yes.
And just that's why Claude's scripture, or God's scripture that Claude read, is very fitting. And there's just a lot that's going on. You have Nancy, you have the Epstein files. Like, both of those together, we were already dealing with Epstein, and now put Nancy on top of it. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Such a high profile case.
Yeah, you
Absolutely.
see a lot of prophecy being fulfilled.
I think the media plays a big role, a big part of this, because you're not told how to think. You're being told what to think, and this is a major problem. This comes from the universities.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Justin. So you have the media and you have these darn influencers that get on here. They're very persuasive because they'll have like an audience and people are listening to them. And some of them are just putting out garbage. Like, I can't tell you how many times I leave a person's chat because I'm like, whoa, you're not gonna infect me with stupid. So there's just a lot of times where you just have to be careful. But you have these influencers that's putting things out, and people are using that as news. And some of these people are calling themselves journalists. They don't follow any code of ethic. They don't do any research. They just get on, listen to whatever they hear, and spin a narrative. They're like chaos demons.
That's
And they're
why they're
all over
called
the place.
influencers, right?
They're all over the place. Exactly. When it made me look. But yeah, they're like all over the place. And so that's why I'm very careful with where I go and what I listen to online. Yes, I listen to a lot of Fox News, but I also listen to White House News. I listen to ABC, PBS, C-SPAN, CNN. I listen to a lot of stuff. But even listening to things, it doesn't mean I just take people's word for it. I just let you guys hear what they're saying. You really have to use discernment and think for yourself. Don't let other people tell you what to think. Now listen to facts. Don't be ignorant, not journalistic at all. Pure sensationalist. Exactly. They're
Right.
sensationalists.
Exactly. That's it, Manhattan. That's it right there. Absolutely.
You can see how much clickbait there is just to get not only clicks but get followers. So this is exactly the same as the mainstream news. So when you have that much information, so to say, you end up in a situation where Claude's Bible scripture is spot on.
Yep. I gotta
Look
get
at
a
the
jacket. I'm
terminology
freezing.
that is used. Influencer.
I need
So,
coffee.
I mean,
The Bible, I don't know if you've heard it, but let me know. Bible. We usually say, the
basic instructions,
basic, right, basic instructions before leaving this earth. And I really, I take to that, and I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't until I had gone to the continent. I went to Africa. And I went to Africa, with a group, with groups of people. I'm in my 20s, and they let me, they paid for me to go. I went. I was like, cool. We went and we had a really good and interesting session, and that's when they exposed the Ethiopian Bible. And so then I get back to the States. And I'm saying to myself, wow, you have a lot of folks that are disillusioned about the Bible. They keep saying it's this white man's doctrine. It's this, that, and the other. This doctrine is like if you really get into it, it is across the board. Is very multicultural. It had to be, because there were so many cultures. There were so many different types of people that were I guess being used to be examples and models, so that we can see and understand how to, like, I guess you could say, some semblance of modeling our lives today. And every time I hear people say that, it gets me under my skin. Oh, that's not our Bible. That's not, and I can tell, like, I'm saying to myself, here we go. Just this frequency level is just still, it's just going down, down, down with all the information we have. Now, that was back in the 90s, like 1993. I went to the continent, and then, then there were people who knew way before then. I mean, it wasn't like just because I found out in 93. There were many people who knew even before then. But I love the Bible. I read the Torah, of course, the first 5 books. So, I mean, same thing, and I also read, I read the English version of the what's the one for the Muslim?
Oh, the Quran.
The Quran.
The Quran. There's certain, and I find the same thing that happens in the Quran. Some of the things that they have in their culture is not in the Quran. Certain things, when we talk about, the polygamy and all that kind of stuff, et cetera, et cetera. But people just read your Bible and understand how it's written. Precept, the message for us is that it's not written in chronological order, but there is an order there.
Let me thank you for that. So as
It's
far
not
as the update on Guthrie, which I did start talking about damage, I didn't play a video this time like I usually do, but nothing two people detained, we know that, but no suspects. No one's arrested. Obviously, she's just missing. Day 14 going on day 15. Still no Bitcoin movement in her wallet. I'm looking through to see if I missed anything recently. And I don't see anything more than what's already been happening. Oh, the DNA evidence. But they said the DNA evidence. Did you guys hear about the DNA evidence? They said that it had nothing. It wasn't hers. DNA evidence has been found. They didn't say where it was discovered.
No, but that's the whole problem.
It's been found on the gloves. I'm sorry.
No, but that's the whole problem is that all these tests are being sent to different laboratories.
Right. Instead of going to Quantico, he wanted to send it to his personal the one that he.
Am I wrong?
I think.
No, you're right.
I think it's a.
And the chain of what do you call it? Do you call it chain of custody? And that's kind of that falls back on the sheriff.
Of course.
So the sheriff's not looking very good here.
I don't like him. I'm gonna call him.
I can't hear you, Claude.
From now on. I don't know if you guys remember that show, Sheriff Lobo, who ironically was played by Claude.
Claude disappeared.
In sound. Is that what they said, Damage? It was the pizza delivery guy's DNA? I didn't hear that one.
I know the person of interest that
I think it's I don't have as much information on this than
let me see what I can find on it while you guys are talking. Let me see. Let's back up, find something short. Hold on.
Well, it's just going to be a monologue on my part because I can't hear Claude and I can only hear you, Emu.
You couldn't hear me? You can't hear me? Wow. Just one moment. If everybody's pretty much on mute outside of you.
Because I go on mute when I'm looking for a video. I told you guys. Okay, let me see if I can share this. Now I haven't seen this one yet because I usually don't watch NBC. But it was the shortest clip I could find. Hold on. It's not that long, you guys. I'm gonna try to update you right now. Wait, can you guys see me or wait?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna get off. Like you guys can talk over. You guys won't be able to hear me. Oh, like if you want me to stop it or I won't be able to respond to you guys because I have to go on mute to play this video.
I can hear you, but I can't hear the others.
You might want to drop and come back, or you might want to wait until I won't be able to see you in a. My phone is better, but not good. They can hear you, Justin. You just can't hear them. Okay, you guys, give me a second. I want to get an update on this case too. Hold on. I just lost someone. Oh, bye, TC. Thank you for coming up, sis. I didn't mean to run you off. Okay, let me see. I didn't mean to run her off. Good morning, Feronia.
Oh, good morning. You know what? I always fail to look at the comments. I apologize, guys.
Top of the show, we're learning about some developments tonight in the Nancy Guthrie investigation. So let's get right over to Randy Gyllenhaal. He's live in our newsroom. Randy, what have we learned?
Natalie, in the past couple of hours, searches have intensified around the Tucson area, especially south of the Guthrie home. There have been a lot of twists and turns in this case, including leads that did not pan out. But tonight, a clear increase in police activity. Authorities in Arizona confirming it's related to the Guthrie kidnapping investigation from the FBI and sheriff. We are just shy of 2 weeks now since Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home. Searches have expanded miles beyond it, the FBI doubling the reward, now up to $100,000. And we also have more context. The Pima County Sheriff's Office says authorities are working to identify some DNA collected from the Guthrie's property, DNA that was not from the family. Authorities also have a vague description of a suspect, a man believed to be 5'9" or so, wearing an Ozark trail hike backpack that's sold at Walmart. Now, we also know investigators have recovered a number of gloves in the area and foothills nearby. Not clear the significance, and the sheriff also downplaying criticism that the FBI and local authorities might be at odds on this case, saying everybody is working together. Nancy, of course, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, who wrote on social media this week that she will never give up on finding her mother. Tonight, also another lead police may be chasing down. We know a media staging area has been set up, and we will bring you the latest details either right here or on our website, NBCChicago.com. Natalie?
That's right, Randy. We're also expecting an update from NBC News. We'll keep you updated on that.
Hey guys, thanks so much for checking out my show. I really, really appreciate it. Please click to subscribe. It is
Good morning, Joy. I hope that one video that just played wasn't like copyright material. I meant to stop it before I got there, but I'm looking at something. Someone just sent me a video. Oh, we lost Justin again. Okay, let me go on mute while I listen to Dr. Manhattan, while I listen to this clip that somebody just sent me. You can talk, Claude. I'm just going on mute so I can hear the video.
No, I was just trying to, I was looking for something. I was looking for something myself, actually.
Yeah, okay, so they sent me a video I can't play because I don't play from people's channels. I just play news. But is it the Jeff? Is there a TMZ update? I usually don't play TMZ. Okay, you guys, let me find you one. Hold on.
Yeah, I think the longer this case goes on, I think you're gonna have a lot of bad actors making ransom demands. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes, I hear you
Okay.
fine.
Okay.
Sorry.
So that's gonna kind of muddy the whole picture. People are gonna take advantage of this. It's horrible, but it's not unique, unfortunately.
Now, the one thing that
Morning,
they brought out
outspoken
was the
friend. Thank you
Ozark
for being a
Trail, the
thank you
hiker
for being a
backpack.
member.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for being a member, my friend. Thank you.
Outspoken
Thank you guys for
one.
supporting my commentary, for supporting my channel. You guys do not know how much I go through to keep these channels monetized, but I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I heard that as butter chicken, and I got hungry.
Oh, I'm hungry, but I can't eat this late. I want some food so bad. I got some lobster tails in there. I think see if that's the link. I got some lobster tails in there I want to make right now, but I have to wait until the morning.
What time are you? What time is it at on your end?
Oh my goodness, it's 4 o'clock. I didn't realize. I didn't realize it was 4 or 5. Okay, I got a few more
In the
minutes for you
morning?
guys. Yeah, and you need some beauty sleep. I get delirious after a while.
Yeah.
But let me,
It's just about 7 o'clock here. I need a
Okay.
couple of hours. Jeez.
Well, it's 1 o'clock here in the afternoon.
Oh wow. You're ahead of me by 6 hours.
Yeah.
Seven a.m.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Gonna be another one. Hey, TC.
Hey, that video, the feds, the city, state, and federal government are now on, boots on the ground, as we say. Here's the thing. Again, I really and truly want to see. I hope that the lady is found and she's still alive and in good health, if you will. When all of these entities get involved, now you have egos involved. Who's going to be the one that's going to crack the case? Who, that kind of thing. Some people withhold information so that they can be the ones to crack the case. It's just a lot. There's just something that doesn't sit right in my spirit about it, and there's so many questions. I'm pretty sure all of us have, and because I respect, and I think Manhattan said, no, these folks here, and some social media people, some social media influencers, whatever, they have no decorum, they have no empathy for what a family is going through and how what they say impacts more heavily on the situation. That they go out and they say things in ill, with a lot of ill intent or ill. Sometimes it's even just being
Reckless. Just say it. You're reckless.
just reckless. Yeah. And of course, people have access to social media, so now everyone has this information and can get swayed any kind of way. It's just it's unfortunate. I know that they can utilize social media for good, and I just hope that people, when they're making commentary or sharing their thoughts, that is more like what you all have done. I've been listening all throughout the whole time, and once again, I can say, even though MU is frozen right now, I must say I have to give her credit where credit is due.
I thought I
Like
took myself off camera.
your
Sorry.
it's okay. Your channel, you being the host, I must say that you have been one of the ones to who you can have a discussion without giving absolute terminology. Y'all feel me, right? Brothers, y'all get what I'm saying. Oftentimes women have this, it's this, it's that, it's probably, and we ruin the integrity of the case for the case itself, for the community, for the family. People ruin it. So that's why I said when I come up here, I was listening. I'm glad that you all, kept it. You mentioned scriptures. I see Manhattan down there, talking about professionalism and sensationalists and things of that nature. This is the kind of conversation I like to have if about these very sensitive topics, because there is a life. There's somebody's mother that's out there, grandmother, aunt, sister. I don't know if was she married?
Was she married?
Was the lady married? Or presently.
Wait a second, was she married?
I don't
I
think
want to
so.
show you guys
I
something.
thought so. I thought she was.
I
thought she was
thought I
too.
heard. I don't know if it
Wait, the
was
mom. I
present.
know the daughter. You talking about the mom, right?
The mom.
I don't remember they're talking about a
Well,
husband, you guys.
she's somebody's loved one, and so
I don't
I
remember.
just hope that people would really just understand
No, wait a
what
minute. I
it looks
discovered
like.
that. No, remember her husband had to pass away because he left her that house. That was
Okay,
and
okay,
it became a center of the house became controversy because of the money that she got from something. So that's why they were talking about the house.
wow.
But let me
The,
show you guys something. Now you guys could talk over my video or tell me to stop it. You guys won't hear me.
there are two things that
But I
don't.
want to show you guys. Huh?
There are two things that really don't sit right with me. First of all, an 83-year-old lady, and the second, it takes part at their home. It really doesn't sit right with me. It's very weird. You're taking an 83-year-old lady, and she might not be at the best of health, but it's difficult, to take a grown-up like that, and at her home. It's very strange. Why would you do that? If you wanted ransom, why wouldn't you go after a child? And I'm not saying that anybody should do that. I'm just saying the level of difficulty. It's very strange.
Could
Why?
have been the easiest one to get to. I don't know. There's a lot. But yeah, you guys, she was married to Charles Guthrie. And there's a whole thing that went on with her house and the money she got from it because she was getting something else. I have to look at it. And they're just like, she had this wealth and she was, good morning, Black Pearl. So, but yeah, she was married, got 3 kids.
Hmm.
Let me, you guys, y'all talk over this video. Let me see. And I haven't showed this on even my verticals because
And I agree with you, Justin.
how do I? Oh, I gotta share the screen. Good. Let me see. Yeah, Justin, you made a good point.
Yeah.
And that's some of the things that people are concerned about with this lady's age and why.
And she also has mobility issues as well.
Hmm.
And if you did that with that kind, if you did that with that level of complexity, wouldn't you suppose that they would know that this woman needed medicine?
Right.
It's really it's so odd.
Okay. Here we go.
In a case, the glove.
Can y'all hear it? I'm gonna
First
go
of
on
all,
mute in a
there's
second.
no glove found at that house. No glove found near that property. A glove a few days ago was found within about 2 miles of the house. Somebody found it and called us. We'd be silly to just disregard it. So we went out, gathered it. FBI came and said, hey, if you like, we can send that to our lab. A discussion was made, and it was about.
There's a bad echo.
I've already talked to you in time.
Okay, hang on. I'll fix it right now. Okay, I'm gonna go on mute. Now you guys can't talk over my video or tell me to stop and tell me when to start again. Okay.
It was basically a discussion about where should this go? Well, all of the evidence from our crime scene, biological, went to our lab. In fact, the most recent search warrant we did up in Rio Rico, that all went to our lab. So it made sense that we have all of that evidence, all of the identifiers for those people that lived at the house, worked at the house, maybe it's a landscaper, a housekeeper, a pool boy, all of that was at our lab. It made no sense to send a single glove to the FBI lab, have them find something on it, and then send it back to us to say, hey, what do you think of match? Or better yet, hey, send us your stuff so we can match it. No, it made sense to keep that in one place. I add that additional step in. That's all that was. The FBI heard us and said, absolutely, Sheriff, we agree, and we move on. It doesn't have to go back to Quantico. Why would we do that? Quantico's not going to recheck this lab's work. That's not how that works. We have a lab that is certified that we do crime scenes with all the time. Gabby Giffords was one. Those kinds of cases come up here more often than people think, where we use our lab. There's cases where we've used FBI lab. They do great work. But this is, why would you set up a conflict for a defense? You would never do that. This is the lab we've chosen. It was chosen from the onset, and we're going to stay there. There's no reason to move. And the FBI is in agreement with that. Now, if the FBI came to me and said, hey, Sheriff, your lab does this wrong or that wrong, absolutely. But that's not what's happened. I don't have
But
any.
why would he say conflict? I don't get it.
That question is asked of everyone, but for me, it's real simple. The family believes she's alive. I believe she's alive. My team, 400 officers out there right now, are working hard because they believe she's alive. Hope is sometimes all we have.
So I don't know, you guys, like, I think that there's a lot. You guys kept asking about the sheriff, but you have to have hope until there's no hope, right? I think it's just very sad, and it leaves like a very it's just a very dark feeling, wondering what happened to this lady. And when we see the images of the guy that showed up at our house and stuff like that, I'm just very saddened by it all. But having said, the sheriff is suspect. I believe something isn't right with this.
Okay, somebody. Okay,
From the
yeah.
beginning.
It's interesting how we know that there are planets that are past Pluto, and we have images of them. We have images of galaxies and all kind of good stuff. They can't get a better picture of this guy. They don't have a better. They don't. I guess Wi-Fi, whatever you want to call it. It's just very. It's very.
Another update probably later today. I know what you're saying, but and not only that, but that's a wealthy area, so you don't know. They're asking for people to check their cameras to see if they caught anything angle.
Okay.
Like, So there'll
Now
be
that
more.
would be good.
Yeah, there'll be more.
And maybe they're just withholding information because they can't let everything be out in the open, which I understand that.
Investigation.
Right.
Right? Yeah. Right. It's sad, but I'll keep, looking for updates, following it, and praying for a good outcome.
Yeah, this touches all the heartstrings, obviously. I mean, this definitely hits close to home. My prayers definitely go out to the Guthrie family, and we just pray that Nancy Guthrie is able to come home safe and sound. But we also have to, as we all mentioned, we have to prepare for the worst. It's been 14 days and counting, and this is absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Let me listen to a little bit more of the sheriff. I'm gonna shut up. I'm not gonna play the whole thing for you guys because of the time, but I want to just hear. There was something that he was about to say, and I'm like, wait a minute, something's just off with this guy. You said it. I know. Oh wait, wrong one. Sorry. There we go.
It really is. I have a team of 400 officers from federal government, state government, local government. I have a community of 1 million people here who are invested in this, who want her back. Sometimes all we have to go on is hope. I'm not going to slow down. You have the same video we have. That video came out as soon as we got it. We put it out to the media with less than 2 hours. It went out. That individual is who we're looking for. Are there others? We won't know that till we find him or other evidence comes in to indicate that. But right now, he's who we want. Somebody out there knows who this is. And we're looking hard as we speak, teams are out there looking for this guy. So all the ransom notes and that goes to the FBI, and it would be really inappropriate for me to comment on that. They have that, just as we have other things to do. You know, I think the strongest evidence is that video. That's really what we're focused on. We got to find that guy, and that's what everybody's trying to do. Let's find who somebody out there knows who he is. And so we constantly put out, I think today, more Ring camera requests for information from the public. We in essence, I guess from the beginning to maybe a couple of days ago, the count was over 18,000 calls here and some 14, 15,000 at the FBI office. You're over 30,000 calls. And that, when we put that video out, in a matter of maybe an hour, we had almost 5,000 more calls. That's a key piece for us. And we're continuing to look at that and work with that.
I don't like his body language at all.
I thought he'd answer a little bit more of the questions, but now you guys see they're looking at the cameras, they're looking at a lot of stuff. I kind of feel like, this is just me, this is just my opinion, he really didn't want the FBI in it. If he wanted it to be his case, he solved it in a one-man show, which doesn't work in cases like these, right? It's very high profile. I feel that he should have brought the FBI in right away. He should have used the lab that they normally use. It's just a lot of things. A lot of things.
When was the doorbell cam? When was that released? That's not too long ago.
Right. Not to, and maybe they couldn't release it right when they found out about it.
But he said within 2 hours.
We're getting bits and pieces, but they're probably keeping a lot of it to themselves.
Yeah, I get that, but why did he say within 2 hours? Because that was information that they had access to immediately. And another thing, when he says,
why not put it out, because it helps identify the person. Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, because the case when people became aware of this, it took a long time before that double cam was released.
Yeah.
And another thing, when he says we have a whole community, he looks left and he's almost disgusted.
His
He did say
arrogance
that.
is appalling.
Like he's not appreciative of the community trying to help. So, if, for example, the FBI or whoever's participating in this, I thought that was very odd.
Did they have a dog? Like you know how they get the canine division.
Are you talking about the lady, or are you talking about like the FBI?
Well, the sheriff, don't they have a canine division? Did they, have the canine division go out?
Well, they used cadaver dogs because they thought some people talked about a body, and it wasn't her body. There was no body, so the cadaver dogs were out on some property, but nothing. So for all they can tell, she's alive. She's alive. I'm just gonna say, for me, we know how a kidnapping case is. The longer the person is gone, the worse that it looks. But I'm just gonna hope that she's around until we know she's not. I just don't see. It just doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good.
No, it doesn't.
Arrogance.
Even covering it. This was one I didn't jump on right away because I thought that this would be a couple day thing, and oh, here she is. So it took me a little while to even bring this up.
Yeah, I noticed that. I did notice that in you, and I like that. I appreciate that about you too. Because again, I guess I can see your metamorphosis in a lot of ways, and we just have to get better, y'all. When we know better, we do better, you know. And you know, you have Uncle Claude, and you have Mr. Justin, and of course your folks that are in your chat that I always see in other places. And I will say that when we come here, people make sense. You know, I can tell people their thought out processes. I think we're all kind of saying the same thing in a different and around, you know, without kind of compromising the integrity of things. But I did notice that you waited a minute before you jumped on it, because you know this isn't content, this is someone's life.
Thank you. And a lot of people, it hurts me, and I hope that you guys get that from me. The things that I put out are not because I'm trying to capitalize on anybody's misery. I'm not trying to put my own spin on things. Y'all won't ever get that from me, right?
Right.
You won't. This is someone's life. If anything, the few of you that watch me, it's like, okay, maybe you live in Arizona, maybe you've seen a vision. I don't know. You just never know. For me, it was just like, I'm praying for this lady's return. And if you guys can't do anything else, if you're praying people, pray for the family. These are people that are worried about their loved ones. Savannah hasn't been back to work. I checked on that yesterday. And everybody's worried about Nancy. And I'm like, how can anyone do that to a person? You go to somebody's house where they're safe. They're feeling. This lady was just with her friends, her family, getting ready to listen to some church service the next day of a service that her daughter goes to. This lady was just enjoying her life, and it got interrupted by a perpetrator. And I feel some kind of way about that. What's good, King of Kampala? And I agree, damage. So that's why I covered it. That's why I continue to cover it. Now, I told you guys already, we're going to dive into these Epstein files carefully. Hope, Justin, because y'all know Trump is my president. But whoever's in these files, again, everything in these files, I need me to change the subject on y'all real quick. Whomever is in these files, they're not guilty until they're convicted, until they're proven guilty. All right. So I won't give you guys interpretations on it, anything like that. I'll just play it for you.
Well, this is going down this rabbit hole again.
With Nancy, yes, going down the rabbit hole. Tomorrow, hopefully there'll be an update, you guys, because I don't know what's happening with the third ransom note that TMZ got. And we don't even know what's real. Is it AI generated? AI is getting in the way.
Right? Tell it.
They detained two people because they were fakes. That was my understanding, that there were 3 ransom notes that were found, but they were fakes. They were AI generated.
Wow.
Paula, I haven't seen you in a minute. I hope that you're doing well. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say about that, you guys. Again, prayers, and that's where I have to. That's where I am with it, because I have this sick feeling. If she showed up at the home, I would be the first. I'll put that on my community wall. I'll be like, hey, you guys, God is so good, and God is good either way, because people are evil, not God. People are evil. I'm just afraid for the family. I'm afraid for the daughter. I'm afraid for the grandma, who should be living her golden years and not dealing with somebody that's out for money, for what it looks like.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help. I'm disabled. Oh, Dr. Manhattan, prayers to you. As far as Guthrie goes, we all hope we all learn something. If we have a child or an older adult living alone, take precautions in these times. Damage, you make me want to fly home. I want to fly home and check on my loved ones, my family.
I'm literally with my mother-in-law right now. I've been here for the last 2 months, because the family member that was living with her left abruptly, and I couldn't leave her by herself. She's a fall risk. So I'm literally right now with my mother-in-law, who's sleeping in the next room.
It looks like daylight there.
Saying that this this hits me close to home. This is pretty much a personal deal to me. I mean, my mother-in-law is 85. She has dementia and she's bedridden.
Oh wow.
And that's why a lot of times I'm wiped out.
Wiped
Right.
out.
When you're, and I've been her caregiver since 2018. It's not easy, but I get a lot of help, and the nurses have been phenomenal. So listen, no one ever does this by themselves. And this makes you look at things. So when you look at the Guthrie case and I can't imagine what the family's going through. It's gut-wrenching.
Gut-wrenching.
Mm-hmm.
Gut-wrenching. I couldn't even talk about Trump tonight. I had to take a break from Donald Trump. Even though I want to talk about him and his clothes, I didn't do it. Why are you laughing?
Magic words.
You guys do I talk about him that much? My goodness.
Let me clear my throat.
I don't think I spoke about him yesterday. I don't think I covered Trump yesterday. I don't remember.
Hey, that's your channel. You doing your big one, sis. Go. Look, it is what it is.
You guys missed my point. My point was that I didn't talk about him tonight. I had him for you guys. I was gonna show him and Christy. I didn't do that. I said, you know what?
That's what he's shaking. He was going through Trump withdrawal there.
Yesterday I went through Trump withdrawal, but I got this morning we didn't do Donald Trump. We did Pam Bondi. Because I'm gonna bring you guys the news as it's happening. But Nancy Guthrie is just as important because this lady, this isn't about politics, this isn't about the government, this is about a lady who was an 84-year-old woman, which is important to say, with a health condition, not able to walk far, who is missing, and she's still missing, and we're a little past 2 weeks. And a family, a prominent family, wealthy family, only reason I bring up the money is because of the ransom note, is missing their mom. This lady had 3 children. This lady has people that love her. She's attached to a community. And it's just the saddest thing. It's the scariest thing. Our home is our safe haven. Anytime somebody comes into our home, disrupts our home. I've been violated. I had my home violated before, not to this level. Some of you experienced it. It's just, it shouldn't happen. We can all relate to it in some way, and it's just heartbreaking. This is a heartbreaking story.
Mm-hmm.
And I will continue to follow it because I'm praying for this lady to go home. If I can't do anything else, I told you guys I wanted to go to Arizona and film. That would be wrong with me, though. If I can't do anything else, I can pray. We can talk about it. And like Damage said, cherish your loved ones. Cherish them. Don't take it for granted. I'm not saying they're taking it for granted, but just know that time is precious and things can happen, and it's not okay. I don't think you talk about him enough. Thank you, Damage. Thank you. I appreciate that. She's laughing.
I noticed how I don't want to say at ease that these people were able to get into the house, but did y'all notice that it was she didn't even hear anything? I think that's what I heard. It was too comfortably being able to get in to the home.
Oh yeah, that's right. Good point. Because
it's like
they're thinking that the person had to take off their mask because there wasn't a forced entry, right? They had to take off their mask, and she recognized them and she opened the door. That's what they're saying.
And that's what I heard. It was no forced entry. At least that at the the very beginnings. Maybe there's some. Like I said, I've been trying to, with work and everything. I've been trying to kind of follow some of the updates. Maybe they did see something or whatever. When it's not forced entry, of course, now we're thinking of a lot of it's levels again. That we're thinking about, but it's just making these types of things are just making me be more aware of the people around me. You know what I mean? Just those that are associated with you, those that I don't want to say push up on you. You know how you have people that just kind of always want to be in your space. Hey, what you doing? Can I come over? It's like, no,
Go home.
you can't. You know,
I don't let anybody come into my house.
I'm a very private, person. So it's like, if you come over unannounced, you're not getting in. That's just that. Now, if there's an emergency situation and whatever, that's a different situation. But I just think that everything needs to be done in decency and in order. But we just have to be very mindful of everybody around us, because when they get a chance to know your family, when they start breaking bread with your loved ones, when they start knowing who your loved ones are and who are attached to, or that kind of thing, they'll people, like I said, if they know that you have a cat or a dog that's a loved one, they'll take them for ransom too. So, people are looking for money. You have folks that are looking for quick fixes of all kinds and all types of situations, and folks that are just, not getting the help out there. They're just out there, man. That the spiritual warfare is deep, man.
Spiritual
It's
warfare.
deep.
Deep. That's right, sis. And I love the way you break things down, TC. Like, you're right. And I see what you're saying. When you're like, there's too many things that don't feel right, so I'm not gonna speak on it. I hear you. I'm hoping that we'll get more from the cameras. We'll figure. I mean, there has to be something. There has to be something. That means that call before you come. Don't just stop out the. Don't. Yeah, I don't even have.
That's right.
I don't have.
That's right.
I have young kids, and I don't trust people in my house. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I just want to say.
Anyway, so I don't have anybody to come over.
I just want to say that even like yesterday, we had Valentine's. A girlfriend of mine has a floral shop, y'all, and we had a little celloist, a young lady who played the cello, in the store and everything. It was just like the ambiance, right? So we asked this young lady to come and perform and perform for us and sit there and play chamber music, etc. So when she had to go home, I took a picture of the Uber that she went home. You know what I'm saying? I went and I looked at the guy, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, this is your Uber, took pictures. I said, I'm taking pictures. And I told the young lady, tell me, make sure you get home, when you get home, that you're okay. You know what I mean? Because, my Uber is here. You know how they are. She's a little high school. Everything's in their world, and that's fine, because she's there in that's with the innocence of the naivete. However, we're the grown people and we're supposed to be protecting, like you said, Uncle Claude, you're there with your loved one. And so this little girl, I made sure I took a picture. I said, you text when you get home, and on and on and on, that kind of thing. And I wanted to see who the guy was or person was who was driving. You know what I'm saying? So, it's just little things like that. We just have to make sure that that may not be a relative of mine, but she is a young lady who was, doing, performing for us in the store. And that's still somebody's child, grandchild, etc., etc. Big sister, little sister.
We have to look out for each other because we're all connected. And
there you go. Boom. Thank you.
It really does take a village. There's no question about that.
Takes a village.
That's right.
Well, I'm going on 2 hours, so I am going to start going live a little bit earlier. I'll still do my late streams, don't worry, because those are kind of just for me, but I am going to start going live, at least switch out the weekends a little bit earlier for you guys. There's some things that I want to do, and there's just the direction that this channel is going in. I want to be able, I have to, there's so many different stories going on and it's just me. It's hard for me to keep up with them all. We got Maduro, the Child Maduro, you got Tyler Robinson, you have
Mm-hmm.
the Reiner. So there's a lot of stories and things that I have to put together. But I do appreciate you guys, Justin, TC, Quad, and those in the chat. Damage, I see you guys. Verona, there's too many of you for me to mention, but you guys that support my commentary, I really appreciate it. I'm very mindful. Like TC and Claude, Justin's in Denmark, which is, I love it. But I love the fact that you guys come from different. Yeah, he's in Denmark, and we spoke about Greenland, how he felt about that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I love that you guys come from different places. You're on a different. I'm not gonna say I love that you're Democrat. I'm not gonna lie, but I love the conversation.
She just can't help herself. She cannot help herself.
That came out wrong.
And then she'll be like, "Why are you smiling?"
I didn't mean it like that. This is supposed to be a nonpartisan channel, but I love the conversation. Y'all remember I told you TC was the first one, and she's here. That where I had to kind of take a step back, and I was like, you know what? I hear you. We have a lot in common. Because at first, if you told me you were, from the left, I'm like, wait a minute, this is our conservative space. I need to invite you. I have to be prepared for our conversation. But after listening to TC, I was like, you know what, sis? I understand. Right, TC? That's what happened.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had a very civil conversation. And she's laughing. But TC, don't let that sweet little voice fool you. She will get you together. She will. Obama spent $18 billion on come through, Eric.
Mm-hmm.
On HBCUs. Biden, $4 billion. Wait a minute. Come through with the nonsense. See, let me tell you something.
Here we go.
Let me get you together real quick.
Let me say this. Eric is
Donald Trump is doing the best that he can for this country. Obama, you want to talk about Obama? Then we're gonna have to talk about why are you gonna come through at the end? You're gonna have to talk about how he denied reparations for blacks. Obama could have had that passed. So you want to come in here and tell me how Trump isn't doing enough, Eric? But that's very misleading because Donald Trump, I'm not about to have a meltdown. Donald Trump has done, why y'all looking at me? Donald Trump has done
help herself.
Not just things for black people, he's done things for Americans. So he doesn't just separate like that, but you cannot deny the fact that he has done things that solely benefited black people. Okay, so we're not going to put a dollar amount in act as if Obama is the savior. A lot of you want to put Obama on this pedestal, and there's so many things. I'm not here to demonize Obama, but I'm also not going to say that he did things solely for black people when Obama himself said that he wasn't doing things solely for black people. So I'm not sure what those numbers were supposed to mean if you fact check those numbers, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. Now we're supposed to be going to bed, Eric. Please don't put that kind of nonsense in at the end.
No.
But you're more than welcome to speak your mind. Go ahead, TC.
No, I want to keep everything in perspective and context. That in terms of that money, I think Eric is on point, and I want to. I think he's on point, but let me
because I'm not about to. Verona says
no. But listen to what I'm getting ready to say. You'll understand. You'll get it. I will say this that. Let me say this. When I first came onto YouTube, I hear people say, the stars or the entertainers, the people who have a lot of money, they don't necessarily give to, I guess you could say people who need or are in need. I will say this, that is absolutely true. And those figures are, I think, very near the figures that I have. I will say this, that there are other ways in which Obama, Biden, Jimmy Carter, Ford, Trump have given monies to various.
You see, those numbers are not correct. He just pulled those out of his
no. Listen,
he's talking about.
There are different ways. Listen, there are different ways that people can give or contribute to institutions of higher learning, and all I'm saying is that as far as HBCUs are concerned, because we have nonprofit entities that are connected to HBCUs. Oftentimes, some of the presidents, what they found themselves doing, they will give to the nonprofit entity. They wouldn't give it directly to the institution, but they'll give it to the nonprofit entity. So oftentimes the nonprofit entity will include a school of research, a school of technology, a school of all different kinds of whatever, health and allied sciences, et cetera, et cetera. So when you actually think, listen, when we think about it, when you give your kids money, a lot of times you might say, hey, here's $20, but then you're giving them extra money because they need some other things to go along with it. I'm saying that there's other ways in which all of these presidents and vice presidents give contracts to the schools. They give contracts to the schools who have what we call hospitals, who have that have all law schools, all kinds of things that are attached to it. So it comes out to be there's a lot of money that's involved, and I didn't know a couple of the figures I wasn't aware of, but listen, the institutions of higher learning are not going without. I think that the management of money is, for me, the most important thing. I
True.
think that they get a plethora of money. Management of money is not my stick. And that's where I have a lot of issues with not only HBCUs, but all of the institutions. They can manage their money a whole lot better. I think we should have free education, as in other countries have free education. And then if folks want to go on, they can, go on and maybe invest in themselves. But it has become a business, and we have to be very mindful and help parents to navigate through that system. So it is,
You have
Do
to
you
be
know why?
mindful. Go ahead, Justin.
Do you know why? For example, in Denmark, we have free education from kindergarten up until university. Everything's free. But the reason it works in Denmark is because we're only about 6.5 million people, and we're a fairly homogeneous people. And in the US, you're not homogeneous. You're very different. You have very different perspectives, and which has the benefit that makes you very free. So um, there are positives and there are negatives. Because even though we're free in Denmark, what's happened is that even when I was studying political science, they're educating more activists than um, teachers and confident people to go out in the world and make a positive impact. And that's a problem, and you have that immensely in the US. There's a big problem with the education in the US, and not just because you need free education, but yeah, and it's transferred to Denmark also, because we look at the US and we take a lot of the good things from the US, but there will undeniably bad things will sneak in also. It's becoming very socialist, too much socialist. And I'm not knocking, socialism in the way that because well we can say that the US is also socialist. But your army is a socialist construct. I don't think you realize that. But the army, your military, is a socialist construct. You don't think of it as that, but it is.
I agree.
I think maybe it's leaning towards
I
that way.
think so. Yeah, some parts of our society have socialistic, like you say, socialistic infrastructure construct. Yes, that's built within it, and well, I think that's kind of if you wanna say it kind of makes our military one of the greatest militaries ever. To be honest
Definitely,
with you, right? You know what
definitely.
I'm saying, Justin? You,
There's
you feel
yeah,
me?
yeah. There's no arguing that at all.
You know,
But
and
but 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 you're not thinking of it as a socialist element in your country because you pay taxes and I don't know how large of a percentage that goes to your armed forces, but it's just but when you pay into this, it becomes a socialist contract. But you don't think of it as that, and that's not saying that you as a socialist. We have free healthcare in Denmark. That will never work in the US. I think Ben Shapiro actually said it best. You can have affordability, availability, and quality. You can have two of those things, but you can't have all three.
I agree.
So
Well,
so you
I,
need to pick one of the two of the three.
two of the three.
Yeah,
Unless we dismantle the entire insurance process that's connected to, because you have to dismantle insurance. Now you have to dismantle salaries. You're gonna have to dismantle a whole economic system, and that's, and then if you dismantle that, the payees towards the hospitals or all of these care workers, caregivers, professional allied health workers, even first responders. There's a, like we hear and even in the United States, some people, firefighters and their police department, are volunteers.
yeah.
Socialism will not work in the United States. It will not work, and I would love to have a whole conversation about that one day.
I mean, it can't work, in certain areas of our country, in certain systems, in certain parts of our system. It wouldn't work in the health system.
It won't work at all,
Not
and
at
that's
all.
because you're 350 million people. And
Socialism
to do
will not
this, you
work.
have to
You
be
will have
homogeneous. Sorry.
no. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. Zach said, by that standard, you can call any and every government socialist only because the government uses wealth built by the people under to go to goods and services. I think socialism is different. The United States is not a socialist country. We are a
No,
capitalist,
Mm-mm,
as we
not
should
at
be,
all.
as we
no.
need to be, and
Not at all. What Justin was saying, in you I think Zach, was that there, in some of our, in the military, there's infrastructural remnants of infrastructural socialism that's built into that construct for, and it has to be. Let me just say this: everyone has to be on one accord. Here's one way. When you go into the Air Force, then the Army, Navy, Air Force, or the Marines, you're going to get basic training. I don't give a dang blame if you're in the Air Force or if you're going to go in the Navy or you're going to have the same foundational basic training as everybody else.
But that's culture. That's more culture.
That's but
And
that's the infrastructure. But see, that's the foundational infrastructure of the military. Now, as you go on, into, okay, once you graduate from the Naval Academy or the Air Force Academy, I mean, the names of things will change. Of course, the ranks will change. But to be honest, there's lateral, there's quantitative, there's qualitative, there's latitudinal, there's longitudinal. It's all there, and it does have a socialistic look to it. It's not, but it has a look to it that that makes us, interestingly enough, one of the best militaries in the world. You gotta give it. You gotta. Where did they go to for aid and help and everything? The United States military, always.
Okay.
But
Well, I'm
anyway,
gonna agree
we'll
to
talk about
disagree.
that later.
We have a strong military. I've got to go to bed.
Thank God.
I think
Thank
that
God. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna say that thought, but I would love to revisit this conversation though.
We'll do
That was
that
interesting.
later another time.
I'm
And I
getting
do want to say
cross-eyed.
something to Eric.
I'm getting cross-eyed because normally I can easily.
I
I
know,
see
right?
Eric tearing up my chat with his
Okay, well. To MU and Uncle Claude, I just want to say this to Eric. He says, "Have you seen an HBCU cheerleading squad?" Okay, you know what? Eric's been watching those cheerleading squads on YouTube, and I. You're bad, Eric. Okay, I just want to say you're bad, but at least I know you're alive. Okay, I love it. Okay, we have some great cheerleading squads. Thank you very much. They're very, 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 very talented. Yes, we do. And happy post Valentine's Day, MU. Love you, sis. Happy post Valentine's Day, Uncle Claude. Love you. Get your rest. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and thank you. Happy post Valentine's Day. I don't know what y'all have there in Denmark. But here we had
Yeah, the
Valentine's
same.
Day. Yeah, you're probably like, what in the heck is going on? It's just a little love day. It's another place in a time where people just make money for that one day. Trust me, we made a lot of money. Everybody who's into that Valentine's Day, so it is what it is. Yeah, we're a capitalistic country, so we capitalize off the situation. And so, in that fact, in that manner, love all of you regardless of Valentine's Day, but just love you. Thank you for your common sense, your intelligence, and your hearts. And to the chat, love you, and I'm out. Peace out.
love you, sis. Love
Take
you.
All
care.
right,
Be
y'all.
well.
All right.
Oh,
Ooh, that was about to get heated. We gotta revisit that one. So I'm gonna get y'all together about the socialists and the
Mm.
capitalists.
No, 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 no. That was
But
not what I
we're
meant.
gonna end. We're gonna end. 'Cause I gotta go back. Oh, go ahead, Justin. Have your final thought.
No, no, that it wasn't like what I meant. Because within the military, for example, you have different cultures, and some of it might be socialist in some way, but everything you pay into collectively can be seen as a socialist construct. It doesn't mean you're socialist in any way, but you know, infrastructure you need to be on common ground to build that. But that doesn't mean you're socialist. Policies make something socialist. We have that, for example, free education, free healthcare in Denmark. That would be socialist constructs. You know, real socialist constructs. But yeah, it was just to mention that no country is free of something that can be regarded as socialist. So, but you're the freest country in the world, and yeah, we can learn something from that.
Justin, as always, I really appreciate your perspective. Coming from Denmark is so cool because it's interesting for me to hear how other countries view the United States. Good morning, Anne. It's interesting, and I appreciate you. I love your perspective. I love when you hit the link, and thank you for that, and thank you for that brilliant explanation.
Yeah, I think that was my final 2 cents. I think Claude is about done here in listening to me.
yeah,
Oh, it's like I'm over
exhausted,
it.
but I'm
But
awake, but I'm exhausted.
thank you, Damage. Thank you so much. I appreciate
I think
you.
Claude needs to go on a coffee break.
I actually do. I do need a TO, but I also have to
Right.
be wide awake because I have to start breakfast soon. So
I'm about to
yeah.
get my sleep because I get my y'all can't tell. I get like I can't put a thought together when my brain is like when I'm so tired and I wanna I have to listen to the these Epstein files that I'm gonna bring you guys later. If I do decide, it might be too dark, but I'm gonna try to find a way to bring it to you guys so we could just kind of have a light conversation about it. But go ahead, Claude.
Another one of these short live streams, huh?
2 hours.
But I've enjoyed myself as always. There's not a better hostess in the world. I thank you once again for your generosity. I know we sort of jostle from time to time, but it's always a pleasure. That's always a pleasure.
I got invited to those. Yeah. Yeah, I enjoy this.
A little feisty sometimes, but don't take it personal. I'm more like, who is Nancy Guthrie? Nancy Guthrie is the 84-year-old woman that was taken from her home in Arizona. The mom of the talk show host from the what is that? See, when I'm tired, I can't think straight. What is the name of that show? The Today Show.
I'm gonna look more into that too. By the way,
It's layered. It's layered. They go down her home, the cost of the why it costs. So it's just layered. It's so many little layers to this. But Claude, but even though we don't think the same politically, we don't have to. I just enjoy the conversation and what you bring to the table.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. I'm gonna have to get it together. Thank you all so much, and thanks everyone in the chat. And you know what? This is just wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Well,
are you okay? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude.
I get it, but this, I just look at it. Listen, everybody's important. Everybody's important. I mean, we all have family, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go. Thank you all so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care, my love.
Yeah, you will. Always.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Claude. I appreciate you. All right, you guys. Now. I'm sorry. Bye, Justin.
No, I was just saying I'll see you in the next one, but I always would like to hear final thoughts.
Sure. The comment that was put into my chat about there's missing children more important. People are people, and there's no one more important than anyone. So I'm not really sure where that came from. I'm not about to say anything. I find it. I'm not going to say anything personal about it. Find the missing children, but find this older lady. There's no one that's more important than another person when it comes to somebody missing. So, I don't know if that was to I'm not really sure where you're going with that. So I'm just going to switch subjects. I haven't seen you in a while, but that was wild. As far as my final thoughts go, listen, I'm praying for this country. I'm praying for Nancy. I love the fact that we could sit and have a civilized conversation. TC, Claude, and Justin, I appreciate you guys for jumping on the panel. I try my best to not be biased in my views and just to give you guys the news, right? Over here, we have more of a conversation than my other streams because I love to hear what you guys have to say. No matter how I feel about a situation, I'm going to give it to you straight. And I will continue to do that. And I appreciate you guys' support. All right. Each and every last one of you. Dr. Manhattan, go back to bed. We're ending. But Justin, again, coming from somewhere else, I appreciate the fact that you came up here to express your views and share with us. And you're welcome anytime. Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bye, you guys.